Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pam Bussey, and I'm here with an artist who goes by the name of Tory Freeman. We're going to do a little chat. He is going to be at FAVO for those in the Central Florida, Orlando area, starting this Friday and Saturday, at First Friday and Saturday at FAVO. Say hi to the people.
What's up, people?
So, how would you like to, because before I turned the recording on, we know that for artistic purposes, you're going by Tory Freeman. But when I checked your Instagram, because yes, I do research.
Okay.
And I saw some of your stuff on Instagram thanks to Trey, who told me where to look. And you can share that information if you want. Do you want to share what your Instagram account is?
It's They Watch TV, THEY, Watch, WATCH, TMV. They Watch TV.
We saw some interesting stuff there, but we're going to talk about that too. So, I believe this show, the name that you're using is Visions?
The name of the show, yes. Visions.
It's Visions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you come up with that name, and if so, how so?
It was more of the Visions came like when I was like fresh out of like college, and I was like painting. I like kind of like started painting and stuff like that. So it's just like I like the word, I like visions. Like, you know, I was always trying to like find like my artist name. I mean, I was gonna keep Tory. Tory's cool, you know, but then I want to have like that artist name, you know, that superhero name, you know. So Visions, and it's like Tory Visions, because I'm gonna create what I want, you know, manifest what I need, you know, it's my vision. So, and from Tory Visions to TV, so it's just TV for short. So They Watch TV, They Watch Tory Visions.
I like that.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that I get to do that people don't understand. I'm so lucky that I know so many talented, artistic people, and just listening to everybody explain how they see themselves and how you want people to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I do is I also took the liberty of taking some photos of some of your paintings that when I post it on Instagram, I will have some of these photos. So people will get to see some of your artwork if they can't physically be here, because a lot of the people that listen to my podcast, they listen all over the world. So I just want them to be able to know how to reach out to you. But first, let's talk about what do we call this, which I'm going to have you describe for people who can't see it yet until I actually post a photo of it. What do you call this piece?
You in Africa. So that one's black background with a white border of Africa, and inside of it is just like another view of the sun and the yellow sky with the pink and the mountains. So it's kind of more of the dry end, but it's a nice view in Africa. It's something different. You know, a lot of people like that paint. I like that paint a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
And you're saying, and you said that it is different. So that's an excellent segue, because when people see your paintings, and the ones that are currently being displayed or on exhibit at FAVO are all landscapes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so we got to go there. How did you become interested in landscapes?
It was after college. I learned how to paint in college, like 2013, 2014. After I graduated college, in 2015, I graduated college. And then after graduating, you know, I tried multiple jobs. I didn't have enough credit or stuff like that. You know how it normally is. But so I'm downstairs, garage, in my mother's basement, and I just so happened to come across Bob Ross, like on YouTube. 2015, I'm just now finding out Bob Ross. You know, like crazy. You know, YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I learned some of my best stuff on YouTube.
You
so
know, YouTube.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. But since then, I've been watching Bob since then, like for years, and I've been painting. And they're like, how you paint like this, like Bob Ross? Like I'm watching Bob Ross, like
So you would say your landscape style is certainly reflective of a Bob Ross technique.
Bob Ross and William Alexander.
Okay, and so for people who may not be familiar with Bob Ross, how would you describe this technique?
He does the wet on wet painting technique. Definitely a lot of nature scenes. He adds houses and stuff like that. You don't really add too much like birds and animals and stuff like that. But in due time, I'll be adding like the animals and stuff like that. So I want to learn from Bob and then add my touch to it as well.
And so, do you primarily use a palette or do you use a brush?
I've used both.
Okay.
I use both.
Okay. Interesting. So, something else I discovered about you is that you are also a tattoo artist.
Yes, I am.
So, how long have you been doing that?
I've been tattooing since 2000. I started 2011, like 2011. So, I've been for like 10, 11 years. Yeah.
So, which one came first? You being the tattoo artist and expressing yourself artistically that way, or were you always interested in art and you did that?
I always did art.
Okay.
I always did art since a kid, pre-K. Always doing art. And then I finally I started tattooing after high school. Just where I was living at my situation, and I was staying where I was staying at it was cool. But I was staying with people. Then my sister's homeboy was like, "Hey man, tattoo me up," because he always seen that I can draw. So I ordered something off of eBay, little machine.
Wow.
Right, and I tattooed him there, and that was my first time. But I'm way better since that tattoo though. But way better. Since then, I started tattooing. People was telling me, "Hey man, you should stop. Don't do it. Don't go to him. You need to find something else. Family members, friends, other people I thought was mentors, stuff like that. They was telling me, don't do this, do something else, find something to do. But now I'm really like a tattoo artist now. I'm painting, not tattoo. I'm traveling.
So they're both creative.
Yeah, right.
It's just different. You, the listening audience, you can't see the landscape paintings, but I am going to have some photos. And so, of the ones that are on display here on this wall right behind you, do you have one that's a favorite?
The Beginner Waves, which is that one.
Okay. And what is it about that one that speaks to you?
If you look at most of my paintings right now, none of them have waves in it, honestly. A lot of them is calm water.
How about that? That is true. That is absolutely true.
So it's the beginner wave. It's when it's really about to come.
So this is a reflection on where you see yourself going. So you're saying, these other paintings, the water is kind of calm, kind of stagnant, but now you're getting ready to go in a completely different direction. Get ready because the waves are washing in. You're ready for anything and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you like how I did that?
Absolutely.
So, I love color.
Okay.
And so I love this one here with the orange and the purple and the yellow. I'm not against blue. Blue is very calm, very peaceful.
Okay. Talk to me.
But I like color, so I like that one.
Okay.
And this one here, this one here is very nice too. This one here with the reds and the purples, because purple is my favorite color.
I like
royalty.
I like purple too. Purple and red, my favorite colors.
Okay, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, now. So I know also, like me, my father was in the military, and I know that your mom was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
When you were younger, did you move around a lot?
Absolutely. Every 3 years.
There are two different perspectives. Some people look at those of us that were raised in military families we're kind of I don't even know the adjective I want to say. For me, it was normal because that's what I knew.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I think what it did for me and my brothers is it made us better people.
Yeah.
Because you were forced to, you would be somewhere, foreign countries. I lived in Germany. I believe that you also live in Germany.
Baumholder.
Okay, Wertheim.
Okay.
Learned how to speak a little German, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Dr. Sean. Don't tell nobody.
I won't tell nobody. But I think these experiences, when you are able to travel and you're able to see how other people in the world live, for me, it made me the person or the senior citizen that I am. And by that, what I mean is I've always been drawn to all kinds of people, all kinds of cultures. That's reflective in my musical taste, my food. In fact, right before we came here, we had a little bit of Jamaican food. It was good. Love to travel, love to go to places off the beaten path. And ultimately, hopefully you have compassion and empathy. Because, you know, in my travels throughout the world, what I ultimately figured out is that all people want the same things. And it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, what religion you are. People are people. And I've been in situations where I travel where you may not speak the language, but if people see, it's like people feel your energy, because everything to me is energy.
That's nice.
People feel your energy, and they come forward, and you can communicate with people. And so I just wonder, you know, given that you too were a military brat, what your experiences were, and or do you think those experiences have helped you either in your line of work as a tattoo artist and an artist?
Absolutely, that has helped me out. You know, before I was like, it made me adapt to, I had to adapt everywhere, like all the styles, the language, the slang, the posture, everything was different everywhere we went. So it's like you had to learn and adapt to it and kind of like fit in type deal. Not even fit in, but you're gonna stand out. But once you go to like different places, you're kind of like having everything. You're having like seasoning. You're seasoned. You know what I'm saying? That's the good word. You know, seasoned. But it's cool because I do different things. I adapt to different styles of tattooing, different styles of painting, adapting to, you know, what life throws at me. So it's cool.
All right, I'm going to show you something that I found on your Instagram account. And right before you came in, Trey and I were having this discussion about, I'm not going to tell you my interpretation, but since you created this.
Well,
so what do you call this piece?
That's Cupid's creation. You know, that's Cupid coming through the window. You know, that's that. I like doing stuff like that. That's on a big canvas. These is cool too, but I do some big, powerful, you know.
Because I think, was that one like 48 by 48?
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, so I want to do some statements, you know, like.
So see, when Trey and we were talking about that, I came up with my interpretation, which it seems my interpretation was correct. But would you mind just sharing, because that's going to be one of the photos that I am going to post, and we're going to see if we can't generate some buzz.
Well, I mean, everybody's interpretation is different. I'd rather hear other people's interpretation of it, honestly. Like. Okay,
so I'm going to tell you when I first looked at it. So what I saw is, I saw you had a landscape in one corner, which that's in fitting with you do the landscapes, okay? Then you had a figure, it was golden.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of a Sphinx. I related that to like Egyptology, Africa.
Okay.
And so then the next thing that caught my eye was the creator was up on like a stool or whatever you want to call it, and you could see bits of, I don't know if it was clay, but that he had created this woman, and he was hugging it. So he, in my mind, he then fell in love with the creation that he had created.
Absolutely.
And yes, you're right, above where the landscape was angel and or Cupid, I think I said it was, I said it was Cupid with the arrow, or an angel with the arrow.
Whatever you want to put it as. Whatever, it's your story, it's what you did. You know?
And so I was just like, so the bottom line is he created this masterpiece, a woman, and then he fell in love with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so when you were creating it, was that sort of where you were going with? I know you don't want to tell us necessarily.
I mean, it was. I like making like love type of paintings or some type of message. I just want to do a message, like especially with those type of paintings, like especially with some big canvas. So it's just like Cupid came in, like it was either gonna be like the sun was coming up, the sun was going down, but basically she was forming back into a statue. So he was kind of like Cupid's coming through to like kind of like save it, like make her a whole human, you know, again.
How cool is
You know
that?
what I'm saying? So it's just like Cupid's creation, you know.
Okay, so that begs the question, how come we don't have that one up in here on display?
That is a pretty big one. You know, I ain't want to.
Overwhelm the space?
Yeah, you know, overwhelm the space, kind of give them like little by little. You don't give them everything at once. So it's like, they got to stay tuned for stuff like that, you know?
And that's a good thing because I saw on your Instagram account you had that one and there was probably one or two others where you asked people for feedback and they were giving you feedback and you were saying stay tuned. So that's a good thing. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just saying. So, would you say, because you know what? People are going to be so surprised when they meet you.
You said when they meet me?
When they meet you.
Okay.
Because I'm going to, if you would like, I'm going to take a picture of you.
Yes, ma'am.
And post it along with the photos. And they're going to be like, what the hey? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because, you know, they're not going to expect that you did these landscapes.
Right.
So what do you say to somebody that's going to look at it and say, what?
Right.
I know.
Right.
I'm just saying.
saying?
I put it out there.
You know?
I don't said it.
Yeah, before I didn't want my face to be seen. I just wanted my, you know, the art to, like, this.
All right, then we won't do a photo. We're going to keep them
No, we
guessing.
will. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me.
I look good. You know what
You
I'm saying?
do.
My
It's all
face,
good.
You know what I'm saying? We
But
look
your
good.
work, your art speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You know? Yeah. It's not really about me.
You're right.
You know, it's
As
the
an
art.
artist, it's always about what you create.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the message that you're trying to get out there and what you're
Absolutely.
trying to share.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you do that with the landscapes, but also, so let's just talk just a little bit about the tats.
Okay.
So you create a design.
Yes. I create the design. I either freehand it, which is just like straight Sharpies and just draw on the skin and then tattoo it. Or I can like create a design on an iPad or draw it or whatever the case may be, print it out, do the stencil. There's multiple ways to do it. There's artists who's just using no stencils, just straight tattoo machine and just they're doing stuff like that. I'm gonna be there one day, you know, you gotta stay tuned. But you know, I'm already doing it with the Sharpie and stuff like that. I know how people told me, like I said before,
I'm just trying to see what this one is.
don't draw on people, don't freehand. I'm doing that. People requesting me to freehand on them and stuff like that. But this is my little astronaut. He's in space. He got a little paintbrush. And inside the paintbrush is like planets and stuff like that.
Wow, how cool is that?
Right? I got a whole message and story I'm gonna do. It's like my little scientist guy right here. You know, man right here, thinking, chess piece right here. You know?
So now, this color ink,
Yes, ma'am.
does it have like a name? Because I know,
Black and gray.
okay.
Black and
See,
gray.
I just learned something. I don't have any tats.
What?
But I know, I ain't trying to get none,
Yeah.
so you ain't gonna recruit me, brother man, okay?
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. I got some scars from like bougainvillea, dog bites, but I'm a blank canvas.
I'm up scars, you know. I'm up scars.
So, are there different type of inks, and are there inks that show up better on our melanin than others?
It just depends how, like, ink is good. It's all about application, honestly. Like, there's some colors we can't get, but then there's some colors that there's just colors certain for us. You know, like that's gonna look good on our skin.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do everything what see the next person do with their skin.
Exactly.
But if it's applied right, it can definitely be done. So there are colors we can get color, but it's best. I mean, black and gray is cool. Black and gray is gonna last like even longer than color, but everybody's different, you know. So right now, all I got is black and gray on me. I probably do. Some people do a little splash of color here and there. Some people do a lot of color, but everybody's different.
Okay. And so when you came in, you had this huge graphic. It's a hand. And what else is on there that says stay tuned?
Yes.
What's that about?
I created that logo when I was in college.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to do one for like our senior show. And like I used to get like critiqued so much. That's the thing about it. I used to get critiqued so much, like grades or whatever. Like I don't know if the teachers like pushing me or what, but you know, I used to always be like, all right, stay tuned, and it just stuck with me. And that's when, you know, I wasn't even Tory Visions in college, honestly. I mean, I was him, I just ain't know it yet, honestly. But then Stay Tuned and Tory Visions, everything kind of like is like flowing together type, you know, everything is coming together.
Wow.
So
So, what have you not done that you want to do?
That's a good question. I mean, right now, like I'm in the stage of my life where I'm like traveling and doing art, which I imagine myself doing this when I was like younger and stuff like that. Like,
Excuse me, I ain't trying to get ugly, but you still look to me like you pretty youngish.
I mean,
I'm just
I've been tattooing for like 11 years, so
Okay.
I ain't really get good until like, you know, until after like, I got good at different parts of my tattooing career. So at year 8 or year 5, I got good at something, being around the right people. I had to be around certain people. Like I moved around, like I had to be around the right people. But you know, now I'm traveling. Like I said, I'm traveling now. Before I wasn't traveling. Before I was having a hard time tattooing somebody, getting somebody to sit down for me, letting them.
So when you say traveling for the tattoo part of your artistic expression, or tattooing also for the art part, are they both one and the same, or do you separate them?
Art is art. Like I'm a tattoo artist. That's what, like I take that title. Like I'm a tattoo artist now. I'm not no scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
I can paint. I can draw. I can spray paint. I can play the instruments. You know, I play the saxophone. You know, alto saxophone. You know what I'm saying?
Renaissance. So you got all these skills. Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So I do a little poetry. If I, you know, I do a little something.
Oh, spoken word.
You know, spoken word. But I got like I have like visions, of course. But I have like I have this building, the Artist Takeover, which is going to be basically I'm gonna have like a painter's nightcap there. So that you like that name, of painter's nightcap?
I do. Is that going to be something that's going to happen here in Orlando or someplace else?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Like I'm still in between whether it's going to be here or like I just came back from Hawaii not too long ago.
Let's talk about Hawaii. Where in Hawaii were you?
Honolulu.
Oahu.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Is it like they call it paradise for a reason?
It did, man. I'm
Was that your first time being in Hawaii?
That was my first time over there. First time over there, and a tattoo shop flew me out though. Like they flew me out, put me in a nice Airbnb. Right? I remember, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect to be flown the first time in Hawaii. Never thought about going to Hawaii.
How did that come about?
I was tattooing with I tattooed in Texas, so I left Maryland. After I left Maryland, I ended up going to Texas, and I like started an apprenticeship, like another apprenticeship in Texas. So I started my apprenticeship, went and worked at different tattoo shops down there, and I met this dude named Shane Saw. He's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, his name is Shane, but
yes.
Instagram is Shane Saw, so I'm calling him Shane Saw. That's
okay.
You know, older guy, you know what I'm saying? He been tattooing for like his father's like been in the game tattooing, so
wow.
He grew up in there, and basically he has like a tattoo cousin. Basically, her people grew up as well, so they knew each other. Like it was pretty cool. So basically, he went to Hawaii and like told her about me, and she looked at my work, called me, we talked, and she flew me out. You know, like
how long were you in Hawaii?
I was in Hawaii for almost a month, but I had an interview, so I had an interview to do here, and so I ended up flying back early. You know, and did the interview, and then I ended up flying to like Maryland to surprise my mother for her, you know, wedding. She got married, so
congratulations to Mom.
Yeah, congratulations to Moms. So I did that, and then I flew back down here. So did some tattoos.
So you totally wide open.
Yeah,
like I keep saying, people, you know, the world in which we live is global, but you already know that because you're a military brat.
Yeah,
but not everybody is on that page because so many people have never left the city, town, state, country in which they were born. Yeah. So in my mind, you have an advantage, I have an advantage because to us it's like, woo, wide open.
Yeah, right.
Wherever the opportunity presents,
right.
Always say a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Okay.
Because that means I could be here today, could be somewhere else tomorrow.
Okay.
It's all good.
I like that one.
You can use it.
Yeah.
You can use it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I use that one for sure. Like, I had to break it down in my head. But, okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So how cool was that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I said, it was unexpected. Like, they're cool. Like, it was, the beach was 5 minutes away. Like, everything was walking there. So I was walking to work. I was walking to the beach. I'd get off a break. I go on break from work and just walk to the beach where I was going to.
You know, Hawaii is one of those places where it's like a serious melting pot of culture.
Absolutely.
And when I was in Hawaii, I've been to Hawaii 2 times.
Yeah.
I do art quilts.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you saw that they had Hawaiian quilts. Well, it's like a quilt. They look like appliques, but there's like a serious tradition. And when I was there, I bought all of these books that had the patterns, because I've incorporated some of those into my quilt, because when I do art quilts, because I've traveled like you in your art, I'm trying to tell a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so because I have traveled extensively, I'm trying to blend all those different cultures together and expose people to something they would not have an opportunity to see.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we got to do. Those of us that are fortunate enough to travel.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
We got to share.
Absolutely.
Right. So, you think you're going to be doing some Hawaii landscapes?
I am, man. There's some trees and stuff that over there, like, there's some things.
It's tropical.
Right.
It's like Florida, but it's like tropical to another degree.
Yeah.
And of course, they have an active volcano.
Yeah, right. The volcanoes is nice. I've been inside one of them. The lady shout out Skin Deep Tattoos in Hawaii.
Wow.
It was cool.
Sounds like you had a ball.
It was cool. It was cool.
Okay. That's all I can say is, okay. So here's another colorful one here. Yes. A landscape. Okay. This one has like some green in it, which is kind of like an emerald green or like a jade kind of green. I like this one too.
Like that one too?
I do.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am going to do, like I said, some photos. Oh, no, wait a minute. Let's talk about this one right here.
Okay. That one's different. Yeah, I was going out of space a little bit with that one.
I think so.
Yeah. Wait till I really, this is my first time stepping out, but I had to come back to Earth and, keep doing Earth, and then I go back to outer space.
No, you can be up in space. It's all good.
Right?
It's your interpretation.
Right. I'm gonna do a lot more of those, but I
like that.
A lot more. I got so many ideas. Just they're coming.
So, what would you tell someone? Because there's different schools of thought. So most of the people I know that are artists are essentially self-taught. But when you were in college, did you take art classes?
I did.
Then you see that's a difference, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not knocking.
I'm not either. But I'm just saying because I have friends who have MFAs, and so sometimes they perceive people who haven't done it the way they've done it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's all art.
Yeah,
beauty, like art is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And who says you can't create what you want to create?
Yeah. Right.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
It's all good. So, what else, if anything, would you like the people to know about you?
That's a good question too. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, you can go multiple ways. I mean, what do I want the people to know about me?
And/or two-pronged. What do you see? Either because do you think you're going to always do landscapes, or do you see yourself venturing off in another tangent, doing something completely different? Not that you have a crystal ball and we can really see, but you look like the type of a brother man that's been like thinking, like I can see you percolating.
Yeah.
Like the next place you're going to go, where you're going to take your art.
All right, so now, like even when I was a kid, so right now I'm doing these size canvases, these CD size, you see what I'm putting on there. Then now I'm doing the bigger ones, I'm adding the humans, I'm still adding nature. I think I'll probably keep the nature scene going, but I just still have to have that message, that story, so I'm gonna have people, but I remember as a kid when I used to travel, we was always traveling and stuff like that, like it was a flight or we was driving, like my mother, she used to drive like 22 hours in the car, you know what I'm saying? Right? You know about those,
My brothers are still in Delaware.
Yeah.
People think I'm cray-cray. Because I'm like, I'm going to Delaware. How you going to get there? I'm like, I'm driving. It's going to be 18 hours. It's going to be
right.
As long, my car is an old car. I got a CD player. I got my jams. I'm ready to go.
I'm telling you.
The cars, they don't even have CD players or cassettes. Mine got a CD player and a cassette. And I got CDs and cassettes.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a phone, but I don't have no music download to my phone. Because I be like, CDs.
Yeah.
And when I travel all over the world, I bring back CDs from every place I've been.
See? Yeah.
I can entertain myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you see so much when you drive, like nature and stuff like that. Like, You know, like
Mhm.
I used to drive 18-wheelers.
Wow. See, that's something. So you had a CDL license.
I didn't have my CDL.
Ooh, what's that about? Talk to me about that.
Well, I mean, it was cool. I got to travel. You know, we was always traveling, but then I was able to travel the 18-wheeler this go around.
Wow.
Yeah, right. I used to drive for Swift. You know, believe it or not. You know?
Swift transportation.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
See, in another lifetime, I worked 30 years as an insurance adjuster,
Okay.
and I've handled trucking claims, which ain't no
Okay.
joke.
Yeah. They
Because
not.
we just want y'all to drive, get from point A, point. Don't
Yeah.
cause no accidents and
Right.
Don't kill nobody.
Yeah. Right. Right. It was cool though. It's like driving a regular car. Though. It was nothing. People, not no biggie. It's
Well, not to you.
yeah.
I mean, but you know, you got either 40 something feet, 50 feet behind you. Not talking about
Yeah.
the cab.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you got. I mean, as long as you got control, as long as you cool and calm about it, you good.
That's
you know?
it. Be
Just
cool
stay in
and
your
calm.
lane. That's all
Actually, as
it
a
is.
sister I used to work with, she just started
Yeah.
a trucking company.
Yeah. See. Trucking
And
is
the
good.
other day when I was in Atlanta, a sister got her out of a 18-wheel, and I was like,
Yeah. Right.
because
Yeah.
women is
Yeah.
on the case now.
They drive them too. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so now let's go back. Okay. So future, how do you see your art changing, if any?
Yeah. If anything, the size of the art is changing. So therefore, I'm starting these canvases, starting on big ones, then I'm putting them on buildings now, side of the buildings. You know,
Murals.
like murals. I already started doing murals as well too, though. I did it for
Wow.
Airbnb. Me and the homeboy did one in Texas for Airbnb. He wanted me to come out there again and do another little piece for us.
We need to see that. Is that going to be
Right.
on your Instagram?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back to your Instagram. You're going to have to point that out
it's
to
at
me.
The bottom, you know what I'm saying?
See,
But
you're trying to hide some stuff.
it's so much, you know, it's so much. You gotta stay tuned, I'm telling you.
That's it. You hear that, people? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Give them the name of your Instagram account
They
again.
Watch TV, THEYWATCH TV. They Watch TV.
Okay. So that's where you can see some more of his work. People, stay tuned, like you said.
Yeah.
Any final words or thoughts or comments? And I'm an open book. You know, this is a free flow. You get to ask me stuff. Hello. Bet you didn't expect that, did you?
No. Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What make you choose like the people you interview? Like, what are you looking for when you interview people? Is this?
That's an excellent question. So primarily when I started my podcast, I started with the premise that I know people all over the world. I know people who all walks of life. People who are artists, people who are doctors, people who are architects, people who are, astronautical engineers that for a lot of these people, I've known them for years, didn't know what they did for a living.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because I just meet people. Because I think because of how I grew up, that whole being in the military,
Mm-hmm.
I just meet people.
Yeah.
I go places and in this area, I seem to have a reputation of always being somewhere, which is true.
Okay.
Because if there's something artistic going on
Okay.
or something to expand myself, my mode of thinking and being, I'll do a drive-by or I try
Okay.
to go and check it out.
Yeah.
And that's how we all learn from each other.
Yeah.
And I have no problem collaborating.
Okay.
And I think I told you I do art quilts,
Okay,
which I'll show
yeah.
you some photos of
Yeah,
it.
that'd be cool. That'd be dope.
And I do photography. Haven't lugged my camera, my Nikon around in a minute, but I'm gonna start
Yeah.
dragging it around. And so there are a lot of things I'm interested in. I bought a djembe drum, trying to
Okay.
teach myself how to drum.
Okay.
I'm just out there.
Yeah.
I say, because my father died when I was 12, so I think I learned at an early age, don't put off till tomorrow what you can make happen today,
Absolutely.
because you may not get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So my life, that's the way I live my life. If I had time and money to leave the country, y'all don't want to go send you a postcard.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You can't, so many of us, we wait either if you have children for the children to get grown, or if you don't have children, you wait until you get a retirement age, or you wait for this to happen, wait for that to happen. And guess what? Sometimes you don't get there because your health gets bad. A lot of the countries I've been to, like I've been to several countries in Africa, I've been to India. People all over the world do what we in the United States don't do. Walk. A lot of walk in. You know, in Europe and Germany, what do people do? Walk.
Yeah.
And we don't walk. So the older you get, if you're not eating right, if you're not taking care of your body, you don't have the stamina.
Yeah.
You don't have the strength, the fortitude to think you're going to go tracing off and first of all, see things that you wouldn't ordinarily see. Like, you know, I don't necessarily subscribe to having a travel agent prepare a trip. I do research. I decide where I want to go.
Yeah.
And then when you're there, you're in the moment, you meet people, always meet people,
Yeah.
and they will tell you, oh, you need to go see A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And then with the advent of digital and or technology, Facebook, everybody wants to know, are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
So you stay connected to these people. And because I have a business card, I pass out my business card. My business card's all over the world. Because you can connect.
Yeah.
As long as you have an internet connection, you can communicate with someone via FaceTime. You can do any other platforms. I mean, that's just the world in which we live.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know, did that answer the question? I forgot what the question was. What was the question?
It was what made you choose?
So it came to me that I could just talk to my friends.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, just talk to people.
Yeah.
And we can all learn from each other. To let people know you can be something you didn't even think you could be, because maybe you didn't know anyone that was a doctor
Yeah.
or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because I'm an attorney.
Okay.
Whatever. So just to let people know there are people that look like you or may
Yeah.
not look like you who
Right.
have done it.
Yeah.
You can do it. And the hope being that they can learn something they didn't know before.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so ancestral muses, like kind of as paying homage to those that came before us,
Okay. Yeah.
that didn't have an opportunity to do the things that we're able to do. Muses, I was thinking of the Greek muses. They cover the art, they cover music, they cover it all. So I was like, string them together.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how I came up with the concept.
Okay. Yeah. That's nice though. I do like that. It's a nice name, nice
See?
touch. You know. It's
Just like
nice.
you with your names, okay?
Yeah, you know.
You gotta plan stuff out. I mean, I
Yeah.
keep, I do journals.
Okay.
I write stuff down.
Okay.
And then you can see. But then sometimes, things change. You gotta
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
flexible, which
Absolutely.
we already know you are.
Absolutely.
Because that's your life.
Yeah.
That's my life. A lot of
Yeah.
people, they don't know what it's like to be flexible. They
Yeah.
don't know what it's like to be in a foreign country, city, state. Your furniture didn't get there.
Yeah.
You roughing it, you camp it. It's all part of it. I call it, it's an adventure.
Yes.
A lot
absolutely.
of people, they not down for no adventure.
It makes the story better, honestly. You know.
Yes.
It makes the story better.
Absolutely. And it just makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
You get to experience more.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Oof. I didn't know it's gonna be like this.
See?
Yeah, right? I gotta have one kind of phone a friend. You know,
Yeah, for
you know
real.
what I'm saying?
A lifeline. A lifeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been doing this, and where do you see this, like, you going with it? Are you like, you still
Okay, so
traveling?
how this, yes.
Okay.
5 years ago, because I'm going to be 65 in August.
Okay. So,
You know what they say, but we ain't going to say it on the
yeah, you know what I'm
podcast.
saying?
You know what
yeah.
they say about...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know?
So
yeah.
when I turned 60, I went to Bali.
Okay. See, looking through. Okay.
And so I saw an ad in the Orlando Sentinel, and I thought it was a misprint because it was like 10 days airfare, hotel, like 4.5 days English-speaking tourism. It was less than $1,000. I was like, that
Okay.
can't be right.
Okay.
That can't be right.
Okay.
But let me just call and check.
Yeah.
And they was like, no, it's right. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So
right.
I put it out there for some of my friends, my girlfriends. I was like, who want to come?
Yeah.
And so my mother went, and a couple other women went. Bali was probably the most spiritual place I have ever been, because every day you could be walking and you would see on a banana leaf there would be a flower and food. And in Bali, a lot of them are Hindu, and that would have been an offering they had left to honor their ancestors. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Mind blown. And just the peace, the tranquility.
Yeah.
But when you travel, I've always been of the mindset, if I'm spending my money, I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
And I can have a
absolutely.
good time. things happen for a reason. Things happen
Yeah.
over which you have no control.
Absolutely.
But depending on people you travel with, they be all agitated. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all need to chill.
Yeah.
Things
yeah.
happen for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with that, 100%.
So yes, travel. I still travel. Love to travel.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
Favorite place you travel to? Is it that place, Bobby?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Favorite place you traveled to so
Woo.
far that you did an interview at? Favorite place you did an interview at?
Well, when I went to Bali, I had not started my podcast.
Okay.
Okay. When I went to Bali, believe it or not, at that time, for that year, I had an opportunity to write articles for the Orlando Sentinel.
Okay.
So if you Google my name in Orlando Sentinel,
Okay.
in fact, I wrote an article about my trip to Bali.
Okay. Boom. Boom. Plug yourself in. Boom. Yup.
And so then somehow or another, somebody called and interviewed me about my business because I'm a mediator arbitrator.
Mm-hmm.
And when he interviewed me, he asked me, he said, so what do you see yourself doing next? And just out of my face, like I didn't even know. I said, podcast.
Yeah. Boom.
And then I made it happen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes spirit, that's how things
Yeah,
happen.
that's what I was thinking in my head when you said it came out of nowhere. I'm like, yep, here you go.
That was spirit. Hello?
Yeah. You know?
So
yeah.
that's that. So I've been, and so then with Eve doing the mask, I was like, podcast art, yes.
Yeah.
And as you see, I'm like low tech.
Yeah. It's working.
I don't have the skills. I haven't taught myself how to edit.
Yeah.
So they hear the jingling of my bracelet. I have to try to keep my hands still.
It's cool.
And sometimes I do music, but sometimes I don't because I interviewed someone who had gone to Full Sail.
Okay, Full Sail.
And when I heard he had gone to Full Sail, I was like, I was like, do you have a djembe drum? He was like, yes. I was like, you need to create for me an original piece of music, which he did.
Yeah, okay.
Using the djembe drum.
Okay, boom.
So that's what I do.
Okay.
I think when I meet people and they have a skill set that I don't have, I step to them.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Because they know if they need something from me that I can do,
Yeah.
it's a reciprocal community collaboration kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
And that's how we have to proceed. But that's again because of how I was socialized being a vending partner.
Yeah.
Everybody
Absolutely.
don't roll like that.
Yeah.
They're lost.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
That's it for you?
I think.
Okay. So again, I want to thank you. And again, for those that are in the Central Florida area, if you are in Orlando, please stop by FAVO. And if not, one more time, give them your Instagram so they can check out your Stay Tuned.
Yeah. It's They Watch TV. THEY Watch WATCH TV. They Watch TV.
Thank you so much.